the MLS is not Europe. So it's not going to be the fattest wallet wins. It can be, but there's also a lot of evidence to support that it doesn't happen that way. Messi's been with the MLS. I think this is his third year. He's going into his fourth, and they won. They've gotten a couple pieces of hardware. Different tournaments, and they ended up winning the MLS Cup this year. They took it all the way. So there is a little bit of that, but it's more like the NFL in that you know you can compete and there's parity, in that the overall goal is to put out a good product to watch.
Yeah, and I like how MLS is setting itself up. There, like USL has really no affiliation with MLS.
But
Um,
they should,
they should,
and
or
Updog wants it to happen.
Updog Sports League. Uh, um, I do think that if they don't want to be under one roof, that's fine. Just have a contract together.
Yeah.
To where like if Austin FC is crappy and in and they drop down to USL 1 and then like the next year Dayton, I don't think Dayton actually has a soccer team, but like because it's a small city, like a Dayton FC, if they were to get one, or an FC Dayton goes through USL 1, ends up in MLS. I think that would be a great storyline for the league. So I think relegation really needs to happen to really scare some of these teams and to turn in some more money to get better players and try to compete at least enough to not be relegated.
Yeah, and as the casual viewer, like that's stakes, right? That's
Mhm.
stakes. That's a reason to watch. And I think the there's compared to Europe, America's massive. And so there is the geographical component, but also it could just be a really really big league, and have multi levels of the USL, have that feed into the MLS, almost treat the MLS as kind of that premier league, the League One, and have a relegation system. I think where that will go wrong though is the MLS owners won't want to lose money if they get relegated, so they can't just mail it in. Teams that and I'm not sure how Europe does this because they've been running forever, but the MLS is still expanding. Their most recent team being San Diego that they've added, and so what tends to happen is when the team, a lot of times they'll have USL roots, they go to the expansion, so they cut a lot of their players, but even still they don't end up doing very well through that first season. FC Cincinnati, the first 3 years that they were in the MLS, they got the wooden spoon, and that's what you get for last place. And that's that. How salty is that, dude? You get a damn cooking utensil. That's how bad you were.